Guam's favorite. Let's keep it on the phones, and I want to go to a caller who's asked that we not use her name.
Okay.
And she is actually quarantined at the infamous quarantine hotel, the Pacific Star. And so, ma'am, we just want to get you onto the show. Good morning.
Good morning.
Just tell us, first of all, how did you end up in quarantine at the Pacific Star Hotel?
Well, we flew in from California via Narita, being off island for about 2 months for medical, and also quarantined, self-quarantined while we were in Los Angeles. Returned home, and that's when all the process started. I mean, it was pretty smooth coming in, different checkpoints, and then they bused us here to the Pacific Star.
How long have you been there?
Well, this is our 1 week so far. Today makes 1 week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's been frustrating, but everybody thinks that staying at Pacific Star is, oh gosh, luxury, and we're enjoying the life, the view, and all that. But trust me, it's not.
Right.
We want to get home. We want to be able to go outside our backyard, and of course, with social distancing.
Right.
But it's crazy.
How many people are you traveling with?
Well, I have my husband with me, and so it's basically just staying in this room and just not being able to go out. Other than, of course, there's a balcony, but that's it. You can only see so much of that, in a day.
Mm-hmm.
So, but the people here, that we've run into have been our first. I'm not sure how the government got this contract, but Pacific Star needs to be torn down, and just, I mean, it's not as, like I said, luxurious as everybody thinks. Oh, you're at the Pacific Star. It's really run down, I'm telling you.
Well, we heard there were definitely some issues. So
Yeah,
do you think it is so run down that did they even pass the code or whatever inspection? Was there an inspection? I don't know.
Well, let me put it to you this way. We arrived Wednesday night from Narita, which was like a 10 o'clock flight at night. Like I said, we went through the process, came to the hotel. The people were great, the volunteers or whoever they are, that took care of us.
So, I'm sorry, ma'am, you came in on the 10 o'clock flight, which means you were there probably, around like midnight?
Correct.
So who greeted you at the when you came into the quarantine facility at Pacific Star?
Well, there were like 3 women that were processing us. One of them was Rebecca and Jack Hattick, and later on in the evening or early morning was Alice Tyrone. So they were really great, because we've had issues we went through 4 rooms. And
why? What was the issue?
Well, with our first room, air conditioning was not working. It was musty. You could smell like old dry socks. I mean, that's how bad it was. It was really, the air conditioning. Up to now, I have a fan in my room, because the air conditioning is just not up to speed, up to par. I mean, at first I thought, okay, we're just due to warm weather. So, but 5 days, 7 days now, the air conditioning is not working properly.
So, ma'am, let me ask you, do you believe the room you are staying in is worth $100 a day?
Depending, like if you were in the mainland, of course, because you get a Best Western, you get, and they're up to speed, so that's worth the money. But here, I really don't think so. Chris, let me tell you, the bathroom, the toilet, I mean, it's like calcium lime buildup. The faucet in the sink, the handle broke off. The room we were in, the phone line wasn't even working. So if I didn't have a cell phone, how was I going to call, emergency? We can't leave our room. So, I mean, I'm just lucky that my husband is a MacGyver. So he was able to take care of the toilet flushing. He was able to take care of, the handle back in the sink.
So Jack Hattick didn't come and fix the toilet for you?
No, what he did do was try to find us another room. So we went through, like I said, 4 different rooms, and it was the air. You could see the aircon was leaking from one room down to the carpeting. The carpet looked like it hadn't been vacuumed in days, months, and you could really just smell that. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. It's like that really musty, like that smell that, you know, it just hasn't been aired out or something.
Kind of like my gym socks.
Yeah,
right. Times 20 maybe.
Yeah, you walk into a gym and it's just really. But you know what? I'm not. I don't want to come off like, oh, I'm, you know, living the life or whatever.
No, it is what it is. Now I feel like we should feel sorry for Rebecca and Alice and Jack Hattig because, man, they're in the rundown Pacific Star.
Yeah, you know,
everyone's saying like, oh, they get to stay at the hotel. Now it's almost like I almost feel sorry for them. Maybe we should just give them hotel pay for extra pay for staying in a crappy hotel.
Yeah, I mean,
throw them an extra 20%.
And from what I hear, I guess the military people are staying at the Hyatt, or I'm not sure where they're staying at, or whatever. So I'm like, oh, maybe.
Ay, baby, malago Hyatt. Ay, a day. Ay, a day, baby. Ay, a day, malago do satani. Ay, a day.
You know what I mean? It's like maybe because they can pay the bill. I don't know.
Yeah, because they got DOD budget. Hello.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But you know, I mean. Let me tell you, people think that we're living the life because we're quarantined. It really is not. We're residents of Guam.
Yeah.
We want to go home.
Yeah.
You know, we've been off island for how long? And, you know, it's just, you know. And then the thing is, they said, oh, you should have gotten that certification from,
right.
You know.
The 72-hour.
Yeah. So when we were in L.A. or, you know, California, they weren't giving these tests just to anyone off the street. You have to show symptoms.
Correct. So they have the same criteria that we had here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so, you know, when we were doing that, it's like, how do you know I didn't catch it on the plane, even though I have the 72 hours, you know? So who's to say that I'm not carrying it? I got it from somebody on the plane.
Did anybody in your flight have that document, that COVID-free test paper?
You know what, I'm not sure, because, you know, first of all, I think there were like only 30 of us, 40 of us on this plane, but everybody was wearing a mask. The flight attendants were wearing a mask. I mean, it was, I didn't get up to go walk around or talk to anybody. You know, I kind of stayed confined, which, you know, I was advised by, you know, my doctors to do that. Just stay put, don't socialize, you know, wear your mask. So we did that, but funny because we were in customs, or you know, when we were Kenny along, there are some that weren't wearing masks. So I was like, okay, Guam is not enforcing this mask thing, you know. So I don't know, you know, maybe they didn't have any. I don't know what the issue was there, but like, who's to say I didn't catch it on this plane? You know, who's to say? So what would the 72-hour letter certification be good for? You know. So, I mean, I don't know. I just wanted to, you know, put that out there. Like,
well, let's put this out there. You talk about you want to go home. We had a call, a gentleman from Talufo called in and said he wants to go home too. He misses his 80-year-old dad. So he said, he asked the staff there at the quarantine hotel, why don't you just give us a COVID-19 test? If I'm negative, set me free. If I'm positive, you know, do what we have to do. What have you had any conversation with Alice or Becky or Jack or whichever other directors there making the COVID differential pay? Did you ever ask any of them, hey, can we just get tested and leave, or what's the deal?
You know, that's a good question, because what we did do is they do screen us for any, like, do you have pre-existing conditions, things like that,
right? Which
I do, so I've answered their questions, you know, and when the nurses come by to take your temperature and all that, they ask all these questions, so I provided them all of that, and I kind of looked at them like, okay, should I ask you what can I do to get out of here, or are you going to say, oh, well, you're a good candidate to be released because you have this, you know, because they did mention, I believe it was Alice that mentioned you can talk to the public health people. They may release you because they've had other people being released.
Right.
But, you know, it's like I can't, I don't know whether it was just the patient me being released or my family, because I can't be released alone.
You didn't ask for the Tony Babauta special? Because the Tony Babauta special, you don't even need to get tested. You just show up and then, hey, assess me and clear me. Bada boom, bada bing, boom, you're out of here.
Maybe I'm not too high up in the political, you know, realm to
no, all the people should be treated exactly the same. What is good for Tony Babauta should be good for anonymous caller to containing COVID.
But did you ask public health when
I would
they
say
came
that.
around?
I would say that. I would be like, you know what, Diablo, You guys let Tony Babauta out without a test. Why can't I get the same treatment? Like, what are they going to do? What are they going to do? What are they going to do?
That's true. I mean, how can they answer? No, yes. You know, they'd be, you know, stuck in this, you know, what do I say? Political thing. Yeah.
So, yeah, but did you talk to public health? Did you ask, can you get tested or anything like that so that you could be released?
No, I didn't. I don't want to. I mean, you know, that's the thing, Sabrina. I'm trying to go by what they're telling us to do. We're quarantined. This is what you're supposed to do. I don't want to go against the grain. You know, I want to be like every other person, trying to do what, comply and everything. But, you know, all we're asking is just a decent place to. I mean, you know, I've also asked for the hand sanitizer or the wipes because, you know, they're telling you to wipe everything down that you touch, right?
Yeah.
And I was told that, they have to ask Homeland Security because even they themselves are using soap and water. And I'm like, yeah, but you guys you don't want us to expose you. But you're bringing in bottled water and all these things. We need to wipe that down. We're using our own personal, you know, wipes and everything.
Are you allowed to what do you do, like, if you want to get something from the store? How does that... No, you can't go to the store? Or do they have a Tentagu that, you know, does, like, Jack had to go run to the store for you and get you iced coffee? Or
well, they did make it, like, if we need to get medication or we need to do, like, a grocery run, they can do it. Or you can have family bring stuff in, you know.
Where do they just bring it downstairs and leave it there? Or
from what I hear, they drive up. There's, like, a counter or a table that people, you know, come in wearing masks. You just tell them what room number, and then they bring it up shortly after that.
Let me ask you, ma'am, have you heard anything about people being allowed or just having visitors to their room, visitors from outside the facility? Because we're seeing something here in the comments that there's not really, the security isn't what you think it would be.
You know, Chris, I have not seen anything. I'm one of those really law-abiding citizens. I stay in my room. I don't go out.
You won't even ask for the Tony Babauta special. That's how law-abiding you are.
I mean, I don't want to go out the door and say, man, we're going to start the 14 days all over again, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm like, no, I'll stay in my room, you know, and believe me, you know, like I said, everybody's been really good. I mean, we don't... you know, we don't ask for much. We just want the basic necessities where can we have the air conditioning running, you know, where we're not perspiring in a room that's
I would say a room without aircon, definitely not worth $100. I'm thinking like 40 maybe.
Yeah. And you know, like I said,
how's the food?
Yeah, how's the food?
Oh my God. I've never appreciated warm meals. It comes very cold. You have bacon that seems like it was fried 4 in. You know, you've got it's packaged and everything wrapped in saran wrap or something, you know. But when you open it, it's cold. It's just really cold meals. And you know, I'm always telling my family, my husband, you know, there are kids that are starving because I'm tired of.
You know, there's starving kids in Mong Mong.
Yeah, or you know, like I just appreciate it, and I thank God that we have somebody who can bring us food. I think we've ordered like food to be delivered outside because it's just not palatable. I mean, you know, you've got like a pasta with, you know, some other dish, you know, that just doesn't jive. But you know what? You know, I'm just, like I said, I'm surviving. We're all surviving. I just cannot. I think I asked one of the girls, I don't know whether it was Rebecca or Alice or something, and they said, you know what? We can put up with a lot, but not with the air conditioning. So they did go out of their way to try to find a room that the air conditioning was working, but they were all the same. And she goes, you know, I'm going to tell the manager. And up to now, it's still not working. I mean, I think it's down to like 80 degrees, 75 degrees in here, and we have a fan running. So what does that tell you, you know?
Tells me that the government of Guam got a crappy deal.
You know, Chris, honestly, I really think they did. I mean, I don't know what it's like at Days Inn or whatever, but I would go there if the air conditioning was working. That's all I want. I mean, you're in Guam, for goodness sakes, you know? It reaches up to the 890 on, you know?
Yeah.
Come on, you know?
I'm speechless. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, I mean, you can open the sliding door here, but you're outside and the patio's hot or the balcony's hot, you know? So, and then I've got screws coming off of the sliding door, so we had to screw that back in.
Is there anything that's okay?
What's working?
Yeah.
Start there.
The TV.
Oh, okay.
One room, would you believe, Chris, one room had an antiquated TV. I mean, we looked at it like, what?
That must be the kind of TV my grandma uses as a table.
Exactly, for real, yeah. But like I said, the beds are okay. They always ask us if we.
Who negotiated this? Who negotiated the use of Pacific Star as a quarantine facility? Whoever did that, they need to be held accountable.
No,
it's a crappy deal. The rooms are not worth $100.
And I'm wondering, is this what they give our tourists, or is it just the locals because we're dumb? I mean, I don't know. Is this what the tourists see when they come in? I mean, Chris, you can step on the carpeting and you can feel that it's musty. It's really just not. I mean, I could take pictures and send it to you.
Could you? Yes.
Do you have allergies? Because I know that my allergies would be on fire, and then I would be able to get tested.
Yeah.
Yes, Sabrina, I have asthma, and so
oh my god,
those things, it's a trigger, and so I'm like, okay, I carry like my nebulizer and things like that. So I'm like, oh, okay,
You know what?
And they won't let you get tested?
Why don't you just tell them? We told this to the guy from Talafofo. Just tell them that you have lost your sense of smell because the room stinks. I bet you wish you lost your sense of smell.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I'm like, but the thing is, where are they going to put me then? Do I just go home, or do I stay there longer?
Well, you tell your family, we're all going to say we lost our sense of taste, we lost our sense of smell, and then you have to let them know you're not a dummy. You know the symptoms for COVID. I know my rights. I know that I have the symptoms. I demand to get tested. And then let us know how that goes.
Okay, I will.
Thank you.
In fact, they're going to do their 1030 check. So,
right. And let me know. And then can you send me some pictures?
Yes.
Please, yeah, video.
I'll send you pictures of
Shoot sideways, though, okay?
I'm going to get treated crappy now, but...
Nah, they won't. We got you.
We don't even know who we're talking to.
Yeah, you're anonymous.
Okay.
Make sure you shoot it sideways, though, okay? Anonymous lady.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay.
Take care.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Oh, there you go. Wash your hands.